Fellow Nigerians. Tonight I would be spending some few minutes talking to us on the upcoming election and the need for our country to get it right this time around. We started this journey of nationhood 54 years ago with pop and pageantry. Nigeria, a new nation, had just been given birth to. We were the bride, the new bride of the world. All nations, left and right, France, UK, US, even Eastern countries, were all extending a hand, a big hand of fellowship to our nation because they believe we are the next big revelation to the world, because they see us as the leader of the African continent and the leader of the black race. But unfortunately, 54 years after, those hopes, those potentials had all fittered away. Basically because we never got our politics right, basically because we never make our polity work, basically because we never gave our country the kind of leadership Nigeria deserves. Sadly, we are all into it today, suffering together the failure of the Nigerian nation. Sadly, we are all into it today, bearing the burden of a nation fast approaching a failed state. Of course, when I say a failed state, uh, government apologists and co would come and say, no, Nigeria is not a failed state. But I would leave that argument for another day. Maybe when they come to me and when they take me up on it, then we have to start defining what a failed state is, and then we can talk more on that. But sadly, today, Nigeria is in a pitiable condition. Nigeria bleeds, and sad enough, we still don't get it right. Sad enough, it still everything looks like we are still not awake, alive to the massive and enormous challenges that lie ahead of us as a country. I would focus primarily on the presidential election. Of course, we have today two aspirants or two leading candidates in person of the incumbent President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and General Muhammadu Buhari. Some weeks ago, I took the decision that of the two options, I think General Muhammadu Buhari is better. And I put up a short note on Facebook on why I decided to support General Muhammadu Buhari. But this is just a state where I stand politically. But now back to the issues. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is an amiable, humble, gentle man. I believe, even from most of his postures, he is also a loving father and a responsible husband. But me, for one, I have learned to draw this dichotomy or this line between being humble or being gentle to being able to govern very creditably well. There exists a difference between humility and the charisma required for governance, the brilliance, the knowledge, the know-how, the expertise. And I think President Goodluck Jonathan in the last 5 years had demonstrated he lacks those capabilities. He lacks the heart of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He lacks the ability to pilot and captain the ship of our beloved country. Wait, I'm not here to castigate him or say bad things about my president. No. But it has gotten to a point where we need to rise up and speak out on the misrule and the calamity we have as a government in Nigeria today. Like uh in the last 5 years, for example, what has changed? Yeah, I have seen government guys come up with so many stuffs. They've bring up, yeah, this government has done this. And I ask myself, friends, fellas, do you expect a government to be there for 5 years and not have some projects to show? No, but what we are saying is about the misplaced priorities. What we are saying is the gross preference of this government to score cheap political goals at the expense of tackling big challenges and solving problems. What we are talking about is the deliberate focus of this government on petty and cheap politics. This is the problem. The smallness of the thinking of those who run this government, and the fact that they are really myopic and they don't dream big on critical issues of governance. I would give you some examples. Today, the Nigeria railway transformation, it's all over the place. And they've even said, yeah, KPMG and co. KPMG report, yeah, like the one of the 100 whatever projects in the world, not one of the 10, not one of the first 20, not one of the first 50. And then I ask myself, how many countries do we even have in the world that a project is? So aside that, and even on the African continent, I think the project is on maybe number 4, number 5 or so. I'm not too sure now. I went through the report. But this is not to say we are not, that's not a progress. This is not to say it's not a progress, but me as someone, the kind of I for one, the kind of things I refer to as serious effort is when you need to take 100 steps and you take in 40 and you are still alive to the responsibility, or alive to your responsibility that you need to do more work. Not the kind of sad situation we have in Nigeria today in the railway transformation or whatever they call it, where we need to take 100 steps and Mr. President has just taken 3 or 4 steps, and his spokesman has been all have been all over the media saying, yeah, they have a Lee Kuan Yew, they have an Obama, even they have a Jesus Christ or whatever they call it. They call or they equate. I don't know. I can't imagine how you equate and say you have a Jesus Christ. And I ask myself, when they go around, like, how come these people or these guys are so myopic? I'm not even giving the rail project, for example, on the intracity rail in Europe, for example. I'm not even comparing Nigeria to that, but I would just refer Nigeria to countries like South Africa, Mexico, and Brazil. Even I think I was going through Chile's transportation system. These are not even first world countries. These are countries that 54 years ago Nigeria has better potential. Yeah, maybe minus Brazil or something. Nigeria has better potential than. And today we are laying tracks. The tracks is still not even cutting across 50% of yeah, 50% of the states in Nigeria. By when you look at it, it goes from Lagos and all that. We are not even talking of intracity rails and connection and all that. And you are shouting that you are Jesus Christ, that you are Obama, that you are Lee Kuan Yew. How I even ask myself, it's even a weakness of the mind. How will you even equate yourself to someone? Why don't you make a name for yourself so that tomorrow, yeah, because that for me is particularly embarrassing when President Jonathan's men equate him to Lee Kuan Yew, Obama, Martin Luther. Unfortunately, out of the four people I respect so much in the world, they are equating President Jonathan to try. The number four is uh, uh, Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah, they've not. They are yet to equate President Jonathan to Mahatma Gandhi. So like, yeah, Obama, Lee Kuan Yew, Martin Luther King, Mandela, and Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah, five guys I really reverse so much in the world. Like, I read so much about these guys and other. So like, the government today is so blind to the big and enormous things, works that we need to be that needs to be done in this country. Look at the economy for example. They've been talking, they've done this, they've done that, the economy is growing 8 point something whatever percent, or well, I'm not even going to discuss whether it's having any positive effect on the lives of the average Nigerian on the street or something. But even like, just look at it. When you say the economy of your country is $509 billion and your national budget is just $30 billion, it's not even up to maybe 8% or 7% of the national budget. Then you ask yourself, where how come uh uh this economy is not reflecting on the national budget? Tell us the guys who are not paying their taxes. Tell us the guys who are not doing, or companies who are not paying, remitting what they should remit into the federation account. When you look at the US budget, the US economy is about $16 trillion, and the US budget is, I think, maybe $5 trillion or so. You can see the comparison. Even when you check out Russia, I think, yeah, Russia's economy is about, I think, what's the value, maybe 2 point something $1 trillion or something, and the Russian national budget is almost 5 or 600 billion dollars. Same thing, you can see the parity, but sadly, with our own figure, things are not adding up. And I ask myself, how will a government be comfortable earning just 30 running in a country as big as Nigeria on $30 billion, even if there is no corruption, even if people are not stealing the money? $30 billion for what? How come we don't have guys who are able to sit down and think that this fund or this budget is not even enough to run a state? And let's think of how we can diversify our economy, how we can develop our agricultural sector. I mean, genuine development, not this transformation of cocoa gari and co. I study agricultural genomics at master's level, and I still had a discussion today with one of my colleagues in class. Like, yeah, he's also an African. Like, how is it that in the last decades we've been producing gari, and up till today our gari still has to stay on the stack where they compress and extract the sap, or should I, yeah, the cyanogenic component. Like, when processing the gari, it stays on the stack with this strong pressing, forceful pressing, like to extract the sap, which contains some kind of cyanic acid and co, or cyanogenic components and all that. How come we've not been able to develop new breeds of cassava that would group for industrial and consumption, like industrial use and human consumption? And at the end of the day, gari will not take so long process, and at the end of the day, those who want to produce cassava for the industry would be getting high quality cassava where they get enough sap for whatever they want to use it for, starch, blah blah blah, and all. And so That is what transformation should be about. Transformation should be about the government investing in research to develop these critical sectors, agriculture and co. So back to the issue of the budget. So how I ask myself, what is $30 billion in the life of a nation? When Nigeria, from a study I did in 2013 or so, I know Nigeria, if we develop all our sectors, I mean all our economic sectors, when we combine output from the agriculture, oil, and sadly the oil is nearly worthless today. But even at that, the oil, the agricultural sector, the solid mineral sector, and all that, and human resources, Nigeria should be talking of a national budget of $150 billion, and there is zero corruption. And when we have $150 billion, then we can say yes, we want to talk on critical issues of governance. But sadly, we have a man in Aso Rock who is comfortable spending $30 billion. That money, I don't even know if it can connect the whole of Lagos with the intercity rail, whatever. I'm not even sure that money would finish for the whole of Lagos. And look at the defense, look at everything. And this is what I've been saying, that this government lacks focus. They don't know what governance is all about. The challenges are enormous, and this is the time for us to sit tight and think on ways of moving our country forward. In the last few years, I stopped comparing Nigeria to Europe. I prefer most times to sit down and make basic comparisons between Nigeria and South Africa, because when you look at it, we are supposed to be, with the resources and all that, we are supposed to be in a better condition than South Africa. But look at it today. Sadly, South Africa is running a budget of about, I think, I don't know, I've not checked. Like, I've been busy so much with science the last few months. I have not even checked South Africa's budget for 2014 2015. Whereas at 2013 2014, I think their budget was about $122 billion. And what South Africa is spending on education as at then, I don't know, was it 1 trillion naira or so? And you ask yourself, how much is Nigeria spending on education? Nigeria with 170 million people, and South Africa, our population is double of that of South, even I think almost triple or something. So our government are losing the main issues. They are not alive to the main issues, and this is my grievances with President Goodluck Jonathan. The fact that he prefers to play cheap politics, and the fact that he prefers to be myopic. Now, let's come to General Buhari. Sadly enough, don't let me say sadly enough, because with Buhari we are still just a step better than President Jonathan. General Buhari, even when he becomes the president, is not really going to perform any wonders. But I just hope with him in position, he would be able to maintain a strong anti-corruption posture. And when we take care of that, and hopefully, if he's able to allow other guys, if he's able to bring in some brilliant guys, I've seen a couple of brilliant guys around the APC team or whatever, and if these guys are allowed to function, maybe they can sit down and begin to think of which direction of a roadmap to achieving the Nigeria of our dream. So it's not like General Buhari is coming tomorrow and after 6 months everybody will get a job. Government, it's not gonna work like that. But I just believe it would be strong enough to lay a good foundation for those coming after him. The way it is now, the rot in the system is just so bad, and When you look at it, with President Jonathan in the last 5 years, he's been unable to make any impact. Rather than make positive impact, he has made the policy even more despicable. So another 4 years of President Goodluck Jonathan will collapse the system. If we continue to handle our economy the way we are handling it today, I can assure you in another 4 years or in another 3 years, Nigeria, maybe I don't know. I don't want to use the word fail, yeah, fail. But if we continue to handle things the way we handle it, the economy, if we continue to handle it the way we handle it today, like in the next 4 years, Nigeria will be insolvent and Nigeria will not be able to take any of the responsibility of government. And when I mean that, then it means even pensions of our retirees, people who have worked actively for the country, even for people to get their salaries, pensions and all that will become more difficult because I think the oil price, with when you look at the economics of the oil, of the falling oil price, there is still no hope for the oil price. So, and for this year, I learned the government is borrowing about 2.2 trillion naira to supplement the budget. So if the oil continues in a free fall like it is falling at the moment, maybe by 2016 we will be borrowing, God knows, $3 trillion. Oh, sorry, 3 trillion naira, 3 trillion naira to finance our budget. And if the thinking of government fails to change, we may end up, I don't know. I'm just really scared because I don't know what will happen if these guys continue to manage this economy the way they're managing it. So this is why I truly think we need to say enough is enough and bring in fresh hands and hope these new guys are able to get their asses together and think and make things at least not worse. At least maintain a balance for some times and sit down and start looking where can we pick up from and where will we be in another 4 years, where will we be in another 10 years, where will we be in another 15 years, where will we be in another 20 years. Yeah, even if we will not achieve that Nigeria of our dream in our own generation, even in my own generation, but I look forward to a situation where by the time people like us would be retiring back to our graves, we would be at least okay and satisfied that with what we've done, we hope and we strongly believe our children can take over and finish the unfinished business of building Nigeria. So it's not like this, it's not like something gonna take maybe 4 years, but we have to embark on really strategic long-term projects, master plans that would secure not only our own future, but the future of our kids. And this is why this time around, I'm not going to stand with President Jonathan because he has demonstrated he's grossly incompetent. This time around, I'm not going to give my support to President Jonathan like I did in 2010 or 2009, 2010, because I believe he's far from the type of person who has the heart of a man who should be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I hope I would have enough time to come back talk to you guys on this trend, and I hope I would have enough time to keep regularly in touch with you all. You can drop your comments, and if you think any of my analysis or something is wrong, yeah, nobody is an arbiter of knowledge, and this is why we are young Nigerians. This is now the time for us to sit together, exchange ideas, and conclude on a target or on a roadmap we think would make or we are convinced or we believe or either statistically maybe by calculation and we are convinced at the end of the day, yeah, this is the right path. I'm really open to further debates and comments. And I'm also interested in sharing the little I know with those who want to hear and listen. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your time. I'm still Larry Rajolani Precious. Bye bye.